Well, let me fix my, make sure I'm good. Good.
You look good. You look amazing. You look
Oh,
clean.
I know. I try. I gotta look good for the camera. You know what I'm saying? You can't look
Yeah.
crazy. But ladies, how are you tonight? How's your week? I guess been because every week's different now after quarantine.
Yeah.
Good.
It's been a good week. It's been pretty busy for us. Just recording and working on our album. Yeah, rehearsing, doing all the things that artists do.
Yeah, and that's awesome. You like stay together in Nashville. Like, how awesome is it to be together? Because in quarantine, I felt nervous for a lot of groups. So I was like, hey, is everyone just going to go home with their families? And I get it. You want to be home with family. But at the same point, this is your passion. This is your baby. You know what I'm saying? So how was it being together?
We quarantined apart for a month.
Yeah, a month, which was horrible.
Just because it was so much unknown and we just wanted to be safe. Then we quarantined together and we turned it into a great opportunity to work on our craft.
Boot camp. A lot of singing.
Making music and just, working on what we want to be great on. So it turned into something really beautiful. Great time to bond with each other. We got really real with each other because in this time, I think we all just had to, we all had to just deal with ourselves.
Yeah.
And 2020 was, but I think it was beautiful. We all came out just blossoming and ready to share all of this great art that we have.
Yeah. Well, that's what I want to ask you all. Like, do you think in a way, because, everyone thought quarantine was kind of like a curse, but in so many ways, it was still a blessing. Really, like for I feel a lot of us in the arts, it was a blessing. Do you feel the same way?
Absolutely. I feel like it gave us the opportunity to slow down and kind of really figure out what it is we wanted to do, how we wanted to present ourselves, who we wanted to be, and how we wanted to be our best selves for each other. And that was the main thing, especially for a group. Like, you always want to be your best self. And I feel like when you get caught up in like the whole humdrum of like trying to do a thing or trying to achieve a goal, you forget like, hey, I got to think about me. I got to think about who I'm trying to be for these women. So yeah, it was really a time of self-reflection and self-improvement and digging deep. We got really intentional.
Oh, that's awesome. And the one thing I love about you all, like, you all gave me that feeling of how when I first heard Amy Winehouse is what I got when I first heard you all. Like, it's that,
Oh my God. Thank you so much.
yeah, like that's the feeling I got. And I feel like it's a rare feeling to get because like you have that old soul with the new soul and it's like a perfect mesh. Like, was that very intentional when creating your sound?
I think we just naturally pulled from everyone's influences. And I think anytime you put three women's voices together, especially three Black women, it recalls a certain era because we're just used to hearing that harmony sound from groups like the Supremes and the Pointer Sisters. So it naturally puts you in that nostalgic place. But I think that really a lot of it was just our influences. Like, we're all from different places. We all grew up listening to like a lot of the same music, but also a lot of different music and singing different ways. So like trying to find a way to fit all of that together that felt like it put our best foot forward, but also was authentic to each of our individual stories was really important to us. So, you might hear some of the ancestors in there.
No, I love it. Like, it's refreshing. I feel like it's needed. Like, it's so needed. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with today's music sound, but like just some kids I feel don't know that old, that old sound, that old soul that I feel like every person should know, regardless of what age. I feel
Absolutely.
like music wouldn't be around if it wasn't for it. But another thing I love about you all, ladies, is your image. Like, from all your videos, I love that it's like cohesive, but it's still a little on each of you. And I love, like, because I feel too a lot of that has kind of not gone away, but I feel like more artists are so plain today, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I love you have like, all, it's the same color dress, but it's a different style of the dress you each wear. Or it's the same exact outfit, but just different color. Like I love yous do that all. So how exciting was it, like, just to come up with your image and your videos? Like, you killed it between, like, Fear Here's No Place, Costume, Ain't That the Truth, Chills, It Wasn't Really Love. Like, all the videos had so many, like, different stories, and, like, one super bright, like, Costume was more dark. Like, how was it for you just coming up with everything?
It's so much
It's
fun.
fun. That part's really fun.
We're still doing that. Like, we've been doing that even today.
We were doing that
like,
today. We were reading about a visual.
It's a lot of fun. We all are so talented and artistic, and everybody's got such great ideas, and we just want to just keep sharing our perspective. So it's fun to see us like have even more control over it and take more like of our, now as it's like unfolding, we can see it more and see different ideas more vividly, and
we know how to communicate what we want. We've been really fortunate to collaborate with a lot of amazing people, and they've also been very nurturing, a lot of them. So teaching us how to communicate ideas, teaching us like some things that we might have seen that are like, that just seem cool, that they're like, that's $6 million to do that.
So true.
So like learning how to just even talk about it and then get out there and do it has been amazing.
And we're all leaning into our own individual gifts. Like Stacey is the quintessential creative, like, I mean, she literally, so for the Fear Has No Place, the cover art, Stacey.
Okay.
For Money, she came up with the concept for that particular cover art. I mean, she's literally, like, she's leaning in, and it's causing us all to lean in because we're all wanting to support this whole thing. So yeah, it's been amazing.
And that's so dope because you aren't just singers, you actually like involved in, because you hear that so many times where artists literally, they just sing and their management or team tell them what to do, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's awesome when you have the artist actually having their influence in on it, because I feel like it's important just to get your artistry out there and for people to know who you really are. But I know, like you said, quarantine, you really got to hone in on your craft. So you were working on your debut album before quarantine hit. Would you say
his best stick like grits?
Yes. How was it mostly done before quarantine, or was it okay? So during quarantine, you really got to. Okay.
We had a couple like creative sessions with the guys. We work with Claude Kelly and Chuck Harmony. Shout out to Weirdo Workshop. Shout out to Louis York. And they're incredible musicians and talents, and they're amazing. So we'd had a couple just like creative sessions with the guys, like just kind of talked about what we wanted it to be, played around with some different song ideas, listened to just some sounds, listened to a lot of different music to get inspired. And we had this idea of what it was going to be. And then COVID, so then there was a tornado in Nashville.
Oh my God.
And it wiped out huge chunks of the city. And then COVID hit. And then civil unrest, racial pandemic, election. I mean, everything. By June, we were just like, everything. We have stuff we need to talk about. There's stuff we want to talk about that doesn't necessarily fall in line with all. So we came to them and we were like, there's so much more we want to say as women. To reflect how we're feeling in these times, but also just like it made you dig deep. We were digging deeper with each other, and we wanted the music to reflect that.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. Yeah, because anyone I feel that was done with the project before quarantine, there's no way they went through quarantine and couldn't add a couple tracks, because like you said, everything that went on, there's no possible way unless you released an additional project right after. That's the only way. But I know Money is your single. I love it. I love the imagery, and I know the visual hasn't been dropped yet, but it's coming, right?
Yeah,
So how was it? Because the song is so true. People will do anything for money. It's people won't
You
admit
feel
it.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So true. But how fun was it creating the song? And then tell me how fun it was creating the visual, because I seen a little behind the scenes. You've been,
Yeah.
peeping on the Instagram. Yeah.
The song
The song.
was a lot of fun. It was a huge challenge. The song has so many dynamics. It was
that modulation.
It was
in the
it's
end.
music.
It's music. It stretched all of us. Like it pushed. I think after we did Fear, the guy, and the guys were like, oh, our voices can give us so much more. And you know that about yourself, but like hearing it all together, it was like, okay. So with Money, we just pushed it even further. And so it was like, I just remember we record all of the harmonies, everything together in a circle, all of the unisons, our mics are in a circle.
That's
like when we
awesome.
feel like we're not blending or we need to lock in, we'll scooch the mics closer and hold hands. The guys will come and be like, did you move the mic? Yeah, we needed to hold hands. Relax. And then we record almost everything together, but every now and then someone will go in and like do a solo thing or do an ad lib, and we'll hear it later. And like going back and hearing like when Stace does that deep trying to get close, and I'm not even and she was just like, dang. And the way
I made the staple bag.
we were in the back. And Tammy came in on the bridge and like with that gentle, like it was like different tones that we've heard from all of us, I think. Like that very gentle, very like velvety, feminine delivery on the bridge.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
Wait,
And then I got to kind of go off a little bit.
Yes. Listen, the end.
Yes.
It was fun.
The only phrase that we take.
Oh my gosh. Wait,
What?
so like we haven't introduced ourselves individually.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
this is Casey.
I am Casey.
Yeah.
This is Stacy.
Hi.
Hey.
And I'm Tam.
Tam.
And
We are the Shindellas.
Love it. Well, another thing, ladies, I want to ask you that I love about, because I feel it's not done enough, and I listened to albums or EPs today, and I'm like, dang, like songs have gone down to 2 minutes and like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where you can't like appreciate the live instruments anymore. You can't. I love it.
I'm trying
Like,
to get to 22 minutes.
yes,
They think I'm crazy.
see, I love it, especially
There's
live.
something to it.
Yes, I agree with you. Like, I
Fellow
miss.
Kuti is my other husband in another lifetime. And his songs are 20 minutes long. He got 12-minute long songs, and you're in the world longer. So you get to just explore a little bit deeper in that world. And I just love that about music, is it can just take you deeper.
Yeah.
It's not just one level. It's just a whole universe in a song. So
that's what we're trying to
that's
do.
what we're trying to do. If we got to do it 22 minutes, you know.
But that's what I love about you all. Like, these reacts, not saying every song, but it's awesome to see some songs at least 5-6 minutes. Because before, I feel maybe 10 years ago, and before that, we had songs that were not every track, but yeah, good like 4 to 5 tracks maybe on an album, or maybe like the slow songs. Yeah, like with an interlude, it would mix in with an interlude.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
We're bringing back the interlude.
Yes. It's so funny because people don't know what they are anymore.
Yeah.
I'll tell some people and they're like, interlude. I'm like,
You
don't know music. Yeah, you don't know music.
They gonna learn.
Exactly, right? And how fun though is it? Like, it would be nerve-wracking for me to be working with, Claude and Chuck. How is it? Because they're such legends in their own rights already, and then, you were handpicked by them and working with them in the studio. What is it? Like, do you have to pinch yourself sometimes?
They're crazy.
Oh my God.
It was like, you're handpicked by them. I was like, yes.
They are so much fun. They are gentlemen. They're very sweet, and they're very just warm hearts. You feel like you are with just two good men who love their mothers,
Yes.
and that's good for us as artists, you know, and then they are just so talented.
Mm-hmm.
They are always pushing the limit.
Mm-hmm.
They do not want a box. They don't like a box, you know,
Mm-hmm.
so they are always challenging that and challenging us and pushing, you know, just what we sound like and what, you know, we're comfortable with and just pushing us. It's really fun. It's a challenge though, and they're crazy. They're crazy.
They're so fun.
That's awesome to hear. And how fun was it all for you? Because I think it was, well, obviously not last year, because yeah, we know what last year was. Before that, I think it was what, the fall, maybe fall and winter of 2019. You were all on tour.
Takeover.
Yeah, and I know you like performed on Hoda and Jenna, and like he's performed at a lot of city
Back on the
wineries. Because I
road.
missed you in Chicago.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, but
Magnificent Mile.
Yeah.
We did. Was that 2019?
Yeah, 2018 or 2019.
It's Christmas.
Magnificent Mile. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
oh my
fun.
God, tour was amazing.
Yeah.
Love Takeover was so fun. It took over.
It took over.
It did.
what did you learn from the touring life? Like, because I've heard so many different stories from people regarding touring life. Some people love it, some people hate it, but they have to do it because it comes with the territory as an artist. For each of you, what did you all think of it?
We learned, for me, I learned so much. I learned to accept and go with the flow of things and change with the changes in life, you know, because you make a plan and then something happens, you know, and you can never really, and on the road, you just have to be ready to be just flexible, you know, and be resourceful and make stuff happen and just show up. And then just like on stage I just love it so much. We all are we love to sing, and it's my favorite part about it is just performing. So I cannot wait to do it and just connect with people again.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it too. I think for me, I learned that you have to take care of like your mental and physical health because every night you're giving so much of yourself and there's always so much energy transferring. So it's like, if you got to do yoga, if you got to work out, you got to do whatever you have to do to just make sure you are centering yourself. So yeah, that was a big one for me.
Yeah, so I would say both of those. Staying hydrated, and the big one aside from those two would be just staying present. Because you know, you're in a van with all these people and all this stuff. It's uncomfortable. You're like on top of each other all day, every day, sharing hotel rooms, on stage. You don't know what the sound's going to be like in every place. You know, it's easy to get caught in the, you know, the fear or the anxiety and to forget like, oh my gosh, I'm on tour
with these beautiful people.
I'm a singer on tour. What is and like we'll have those moments where we'll just be like, I have the specific memory of driving through Pennsylvania.
Oh my God.
In the van when we were driving home. It was after New York, and we were looking for a Cracker Barrel. We wanted to eat a Cracker Barrel.
You can never go wrong with Cracker Barrel. Never go wrong.
And we were listening to gospel music. It was Sunday, and everybody was just throwing in their favorite gospel songs. And it was like I had this moment of like, oh my God, I can't believe this is my life. And so staying present.
Staying present.
Yeah, I'm so happy you said that because I feel like I do the same thing. I'll like you accomplish one thing, you're like, okay, what's next? What's next? Like rather than just living and like, especially after this year, I'm like, okay, anything that happens from now on, because you know, so many people lost their lives this past year. It's like, hey, take everything in, like you said, in the present, because I think too, and I hate that, I guess it's a good thing in a way, but it's good to stay present but you're always thinking ahead and what you could do better, but I agree with you. Being present is like super important.
Where it's at.
Yeah, it's definitely where it's at. But you know, with the new album, I'll make sure I say it right. Hits that stick like grits. It's a tongue twister a little, but like it. You gotta say it quicker and quicker. So, how did you come up with the title? And tell me, is it a long LP? Is it a shorter LP? Because I know LPs range now from anywhere. Like Bruno had it from 9 tracks, And then you have someone like Demi Lovato's about to release her album. It's 19 tracks. So for you all, what is it going to be like?
There are going to be a lot of juicy tracks.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have enough for like 2 albums.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out how we want to present that.
But what's going where exactly? What
Yes.
story we want to tell exactly with the first release.
Yes. So with the title,
oh my gosh,
I don't even.
Should we tell the whole story?
Oh, me, I feel like we should.
Okay. So we're making this music, and we're like, these are hits. You know, you're in the studio, and we just kept having this moment in the studio where it's like, and anybody who's been in the studio or like makes art knows this feeling. We call it a shindo. It's our made up word, and it's, Stacey usually describes this, but I'll try. It's like when the hair stands up on the back of your neck, or you just get overwhelmed and you just get that feeling like, oh, this is something. And we were getting that feeling a lot, and we were like, God, it feels good. We feel like hits, da, 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 da. And then we were like, what if we call the album Greatest Hits? And we were like, what a debut, like a slap. Like, it's our debut greatest hit.
We're going to be talking. And I'm like, who are these girls talking about greatest
Yes.
hits?
That's so clever, though. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? And then Tam was just like, I don't know. Words have power. And calling it greatest hits makes it sound like our best is behind us. But our best is yet to come, you know? And so it was like, okay, she was like, what if it was something like hits that stick like grits? And I turned around, I was in the kitchen just like, what did you just say? And I was like, you must tell the others. And then we were in a meeting and we were just talking through stuff, and it was like, so is it going to be this? And then Tam was like, what, Tam? She's like, hits that stick like grits. And everybody turned around and was like,
It's like the best feeling. Like everyone agrees.
Soul food.
Yes.
You know?
Soul food, man.
A classic, timeless, a staple.
That's so awesome. And no one disagreed. That's like the best thing ever, I feel. Like
it was perfect. The whole room was like
yes. And it's so symbolic. And we've been doing some deep diving in like the grits dish in the South. It's like a staple here.
Yeah.
And so like we found some really cool things that like
some interesting like facts about grits, and how, you know, it was one of the things that people always had access to, no matter how much money you had. You could make like this nutritional dish for your family. It was also a weapon for women, because when men would come at them, they'd throw hot grits on them.
I ever think of Tyler Perry's movie,
You know?
The Hot Grits on the Stove. That's what I think of immediately. Yeah. That's awesome. And I want to ask you all, like in the studio, I know a lot of artists are so hard on themselves.
Yes.
So for each of you, like, who is the one out of you three that is like, okay, let's do it again? Nope, that's not great. Let's do it again.
I didn't. Do you see my terrible? I was like this.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's good. It's good.
It's good.
It's a good way to really up our standard every time and challenge us. And it's usually never, wrong. It's good. It's good.
Okay, that's cool. I always wonder that, because I hear so many stories of artists like saying like, oh, I literally be in the studio like 20 hours on the same song. I'm like, whoa, 20 hours? I'm like, well, I get it. It came out a masterpiece anyway, so I understand why. But like, dang, I never realized, I guess, until kind of hear people's stories, or if you're not in the studio, you don't really know.
Yeah.
But this year, hopefully, you're dropping the album. Hopefully this summer or by fall, live concerts will be back. I think I'm going to cry at my first concert I attend.
Yeah.
Because I miss concerts so much. Like, that was one of my, I think I look for, I want to say at least like once a week or once a month. I always did. I was just I'm concert junkie. Like,
I love it.
You know what I can't wait for? I can't wait until we can get on stage, a real stage in front of real people who are breathing in front of us, and and say, let's sing.
Mhm.
And sing Happy to See You.
Yeah.
I can't
Yes.
wait.
That is
Is
gonna
it
be
so? Have you all during quarantine? Have you all gone to a drive-through concert?
I
No.
haven't.
So weird.
I can imagine. So wait, you've been to one?
I've been to. I went one this past summer, and it was who was performing? It was Pleasure P, Bobby Valentino, and Lloyd.
Oh, wow.
And like Bobby V was like, "Come to the front," and security's like, "No!" Like because it's all like it was so weird. It's like well, I'm not saying the energy wasn't great, but it just you feed off of the crowd, and it was just so like it was a barricade, and you couldn't go further, and you stay in your little box of where your car's parked. It was just. I was like, I can't do this
It's
forever.
like
I'm like,
hurts, right?
it
Like,
hurts.
you wanna, like,
Yeah, you want to run.
connect. You want to look at the
Exactly.
person next to you, the stranger, and just be like,
Yeah,
Sing along,
exactly. Like
sweat
singing
on the artist's
along.
face, like you want to see it.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like I'm like, if concerts never happen again, I'll just watch them on YouTube because I can't do this. This is like, yeah, it was horrible. I mean, it wasn't horrible. It was just it made you appreciate what we had for so many years because I never thought I'd be looking at literally my videos on my phone of concerts I took up. I'm like, dang, this is like sentimental now until we get back to normal.
Yeah.
once I lived.
Yeah, exactly. But how excited are you just to get out there? And do you have any ideas of touring and what kind of tour you want to do? Do you want to headline? Do you want to open for someone? What are your thoughts right now?
World tour. We going to Indonesia, y'all.
Yeah.
Indonesia,
We
hey.
want to travel. We do want to be on tour.
Mhm.
Definitely want to be performing, and we are open to going all over the world.
Yeah, we're open to anything that is the right thing, honestly.
Okay.
We want to find our people and
Find
our
our
people to
tribe.
find us.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
No,
Yeah.
definitely. And quarantine, a lot of us were bored also. So what was each of you all's favorite verses, would you say, so far?
Ooh, I loved Patty and Gladys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because of the sisterhood, and
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, how much they supported each other. I didn't even realize how much they'd sung together through the years, and it was just for Eric and Jill.
Eric and Jill.
Yeah.
Those two, like, that was just Shindellas energy. Like,
Yes. And I love Brandy and Monica too. The hits between the two of them and the story, like it's just
and Monica's outfit.
so inspiring. Monica's outfit.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for the new who's coming up. Escape and SWV.
Yes.
Pumped. That's gonna be a good
You
one.
were gonna say Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers.
I'm excited for that one too. But I think because they've been talking about the SWV and Escape one for so long, I didn't think it was gonna happen. And when finally they confirmed it, I was like, it's really happening. Okay. Like, it's going down. No, but Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers, that's gonna be I just hope I hope that there's like a stage set up because I need like dancing and I just can't have them sitting there. I need
outfits,
live interaction,
I need
like
a floor
something.
dance floor for that. Me stepping. That Chicago step.
Right? You got to step in the name of love. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way you do it. But growing, I'm not saying growing up. Right now, for each of you, who would be your biggest influence, solo artist, and then group? Would you say for each of you?
Biggest influence right now is probably Beyonce, solo artist. She's just making big moves, making great art, standing in her truth, and just being great. And group, the Clark sisters.
Yeah,
the Clark
that'll have to be my group too. That's
the group.
Okay, what's your solo?
My solo, God rest her soul, Aretha Franklin.
Yes.
Her, the legacy, the voice, all of it. Just, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I would say right now in this very moment, it would have to be Tina Turner.
Yes.
Yes. Gotta watch that documentary.
Yes. It's so good.
She's always been a huge influence, and watching this it just reinforced everything I already knew, made me love her more, and I just feel like I'm pushing myself more every day in every way since I watched it. I just love her.
Yes, I love her so much.
I got to see her live too.
You're so lucky because I feel like I missed out.
And I missed
I
that.
feel like I missed
Because it was like 2008, I think, or 2009 was her last tour. And I said to myself, I said the same thing with Prince. I'm like, dang, like, I don't, oh, it kills me.
Yeah.
And we have a Mount Rushmore of girl groups that is basically like our top influencers. Well, there's so many, to be honest. We have like, there's a bunch, but we have the Clark sisters, the Pointer sisters, the Andrew sisters,
all the sisters,
and the Supreme,
and the legendary, groundbreaking icons, the Supremes. Icons. The Supremes.
I still can't believe that Mary Wilson isn't. What happened?
I know.
I just met her like literally like a year before, and she was
thriving at
thriving like
before, honestly.
yeah, like she was just doing Dancing with the Stars and like promoting new music, and I was like, what? I thought she looked. I didn't even think she looked her age. I was like, she looked like she's 50. Not even.
Amazing. That was gut wrenching.
Yeah, I felt like I was in like a dream or something because I didn't feel it was real. I was like, what? It was crazy. But you know what would you say would be on your bucket list? What's on your bucket list when you retire? You're like, this has to be checked off. What are you looking forward to?
Ooh, there's so much travel I'm looking forward to. You said when we retire, right?
Yeah, something you know that has to be checked off by the time you retire.
I want a dual citizenship.
Okay.
And a mansion. I don't know where.
There you go.
I have to visit the places first. So when we go on tour, I'm gonna be.
It's gonna be like Santorini.
Exactly. That's on my bucket list.
Wow. Jeez, do I not have a bucket list? I definitely know. I want to. Oh shoot!
I know
it's so many things.
There's so many things. It's like,
how do I put it all in one? Okay, I want to publish a book.
Okay.
That's on a bucket list.
Yeah.
That's a good space.
Yeah.
That's good. That's on my bucket list too. I'd like a mansion somewhere too.
Yeah, a mansion.
I don't know, actually. I don't know.
A Maybach, you know?
I just want a personal driver. That's my thing.
There's so many like experiencing things. We got access. There's so many things I'd like to experience, like travel-wise, but there's also so much I'd like to do. Like I've always wanted to do something in like the education space, like helping make education more accessible for people, not just in other countries, but also in our country. So having some sort of center or foundation that helped make that happen is definitely on my bucket list.
No, she didn't do us like that, Steve. No, she didn't.
But it's true.
But it's true.
But it's true. See, that's I want a Maybach. I want Tesla.
I'm easy though. I just want a personal driver and a barber every day.
I want a personal driver too.
That's good.
That's all I want.
I was actually just talking about a personal driver yesterday. I was like, should I just like who's personal driver money?
Yes, that's like and maybe a personal chef. Those three.
I would not.
So I could be skinny.
I would still be on DoorDash at 3 a.m. Should I get some nuggets?
But to close up, I don't want to take all your time. I know you are busy. So the album, tell me a little bit who you have worked with, not necessarily feature, but like either writing wise, production wise. Tell me like the people that I care about that are in the CD booklets when you're opening up, reading, engineers or production and all that stuff. Who have you worked with?
Well, it's a Weirdo Workshop production. So we have been underwater with Claude Kelly and Chuck Harmony. We're working with Katie, what's Katie's last name?
Davis.
Katie Davis, who has mixed a lot of our stuff. He just mixed Money. He's amazing. He's
mixed a lot of your favorite
everybody. And us,
Collab.
Yeah, collab.
I love it.
Independent as fuck. I mean,
Right?
Oh,
just real.
independent as fuck.
Isn't it crazy though? You would never think like independent is the thing today.
Yeah.
It's crazy, like
It's,
thinking when I was growing up, like it was always like record label, you know, artist development, and you need all of that to be perfect, and the image and everything. It's so weird how it's completely turned, yeah, completely flipped, that we would never thought like, oh, you could be independent and do every single thing that a major artist is doing, like a major signed artist is doing. It's so weird, but so cool. I'm happy for it.
I know we have so much we have access now, and I think a lot of what we were dealing with before was that there were kind of like gatekeepers. Now you have like so many different platforms that you can put your music on. I feel like SoundCloud kind of headed that whole thing where you can upload music and
and find people, find different styles, like get inspired in a different way. Yeah.
And last thing I want to close out, and a lot of people are doing this, and I hope you all do it, because I could definitely see it with your visuals and your artwork. Are you going to be or even like a limited release of like CDs, like physical CDs, or some kind of merch? Are you thinking about?
We want to do vinyl.
Yes, yes.
Definitely want to do merch, like
we're
some sort of merch, T-shirts.
We have so many ideas.
Yes, we have so many ideas.
I really would love to have a candle for our next single. A When You're Lonely candle.
When You're Lonely.
We have a single coming out, in April.
Okay. Yes, you got it. Please, merch. Like literally, that's been my packages at my house every day, is vinyls and like limited edition CDs. Because I just bought, like literally today, I got a 7-inch. Yeah.
Nice. Fire.
Yeah. But ladies, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out and to speak with me. I can't wait to meet you all in the future once it's back to. I'm fully vaccinated, so I can't wait till the world opens, because I'm just.
And give you a squeeze.
Yes,
I'm bringing it in.
Yeah, like it wasn't that bad actually. So.
That's good.
Yeah, my arm was just a little sore.
Yeah, my second vaccine was kind of. I took the day off. I'll tell you that. But it was only one day. I was fine. I was like, I felt worse before, so. But I wish you all the best of luck. I can't wait for the album to drop, and I can't wait to see the Money visual. I'm really pumped to see that.
And I can't wait for you to hear the new single too.
Yes.
The new single.
Yeah.
It's called
When You're Lonely.
I feel like we should sing a little bit.
Should
of it.
we sing?
Okay.
Somebody
Yes.
asked us to sing, so maybe we should
give
sing.
us a taste, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You only call. Is that the right key?
When you're lonely, we only talk. When you get that feeling, you want it all. Same old story, but your words don't move me the same. No, it takes more to make my love come down like a rainstorm.
Oh my God. Perfection.
Thank you.
Well, ladies, thank you so much. I can't not wait to see you all live, because you are amazing just through IG Live. I can't imagine on stage being there, being there in person, not watching on YouTube. It's just different. But thank you so much. Yes, I can't, this fall or summer needs to come quick.
Yes.
We need live shows. But thank you so much. And
thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Thanks everybody who joined.
Appreciate it.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
See you. Have a good one. Be safe.